What's going on, friends? Joe and August here. I'm a wedding filmmaker, and today I'm going to be talking about my wedding audio kit, such as the DJI Wireless Pro. I have so many great pieces of audio gear here, so I'm excited to share with you at what points throughout the day that I use each piece of gear and why they are all so important. Now, some of you may be just starting out and you're just looking to expand your kit. Really, your focus is getting new cameras, but I would suggest to you that audio is just as important as video. If you want to create incredible wedding films, you're going to have to nail your audio. So I would definitely suggest investing in audio gear at the same time. I'm going to clip this mic on and use it throughout the video so that you can hear the audio quality yourself. This is one of the main mics that I use now. So let's jump right into this. I should probably use the magnet, make it easier on myself. So I'm going to go through each piece of gear as if I was starting from the beginning of the day all the way to the end. I'm going to give you a well-rounded view of what audio gear you're going to need at each moment so that you can get the best sounding audio for your wedding films. Okay, first off, what we have here is my XLR handle for the Sony FX3. Now, some of you might not be on Sony, or if you are, you might not be on the FX3. So this may not apply to you, but I think it's important to use a shotgun mic. This is the best type of mic for capturing ambient audio, and it comes in clutch when you have spontaneous moments between the bride and groom and their guests or their family where you need to capture some decent audio. Now you have all the flexibility you could possibly need with this to get the levels exactly how you want. I like to record a stereo track and set different decibel levels for the left and right. I usually set the right significantly quieter so that I have a backup just in case my left signal clips. Now, if you're using any other type of camera, I really recommend these Rode video mics. This is the VideoMic Pro. They also came out with the Pro Plus, which has an internal battery. I just use rechargeable batteries in here and it does the same thing essentially. Also, I think an upside to getting the Pro Plus is that when you turn your camera on, I believe it turns on automatically. This one you have to manually turn on each time. And I unfortunately lost the outer switch here, so I have to use my tool to turn it on each time. Kind of unfortunate. So I would recommend getting the Pro Plus over the original Pro. But this has really high quality audio. You can also change the decibel levels here, or you can change it in the camera. But this is nice just having a quick switch depending on your environment. Another great mic to use is the Rode VideoMic Go 2. I really love this little thing. I usually use this on my Sony FX30. You don't need to put a battery in here. You can just plug this in, turn your camera on, and it's good to go. So those are the three shotgun mics I use. These are perfect for the beginning of the day when you're filming bride and groom prep. There's so many little moments and interactions that happen during that time, and as I see a good sounding audio for it. So always have an on-camera mic. I should mention the Sony shotgun mic that I'm using with this handle is the ECM XM1. The audio quality is absolutely phenomenal from this mic, and I highly recommend using it. You can get other shotgun mics for this handle as well, but this one's definitely the best in my opinion. Now these mics are also going to come in clutch for the whole entire day, so make sure that you have these on all of the cameras that you're using. Now let's move on to first look audio. So if the dress allows for it, if I can conceal the mic in an effective way, I will use this Tascam DR10L white mic. The audio quality of these little mics is absolutely phenomenal. I love it so much. I highly recommend Tascam products for capturing really high quality audio. Now, as a wedding filmmaker, your goal is to get very clean audio of each moment throughout the day. So if it's possible, I love to mic the bride. And to do so, I use these Rycott stickies. I can stick this to the inside of the bust, and it's double-sided so I can stick this little mic to it as well. You could take off the top if you wanted to. And for miking brides, I use the Ursa thigh strap. This usually goes around the thigh, of course, or I'll put it around the calf. There's a little pouch right here where I put this Tascam DR10L in. This cord is just going up the side of the body and then, of course, stuck to the Rycott sticky. This is how I've been making brides for quite some time now. I also like the white version for white suits on grooms. When you buy this, it comes with a clip, so you can clip it right onto the jacket, or you could use a Rycott sticky and put it underneath as well. Now, usually for grooms, for the first look, I would use the Rode Wireless Pro. This is the best bang for your buck kit you can possibly get for weddings right now. These are 32-bit recorders. You're gonna have so much room if you need to increase the audio levels or bring them down. They're not gonna clip. I love using these things. The Rode Wireless Pro comes with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver and an awesome charging case for them. As you know, I'm currently using the other transmitter I'm gonna list all this gear down below and all their official specs so that you can look for yourself, but the battery life on these are phenomenal. They come with this mic clip and a very strong magnet. This magnet is way stronger than anything I've used before. I used to use the Instamic, and that magnet was a bit weak and often would pop off. Even when I used the DJI mics, they also popped off quite easily, but this one is like so strong it actually takes a lot of effort to take it off. So yeah, it comes with 2 of those, a cable to plug the receiver right into your camera, for transferring files that are cables, for using your phone, wind muffs, clips, 2 mics. These are decent quality, not as good as the Tascam DR10Ls, but these are quite good. So during the first look, I'm definitely using these. I'm not using the little mic built in to the transmitter. I'm gonna plug one of these in to get the best sounding quality. Also comes with a little microfiber cloth, another cable, and some other wind muffs to put right onto the transmitters themselves. So yeah, you're getting tons in this kit. So I think it's such great value. If you don't have any mic set up yet, I would recommend just getting these, or even if you do. I transitioned from just using Tascam DR10Ls to this system, and I haven't looked back. Although of course I use this white Tascam for miking bride's dresses. Yeah, so that's how I record first look audio. Of course, shotgun mics are on the cameras as well to get some good ambient audio and as a backup. Now moving on to ceremony prep. Same setup, this will be on the bride most likely. I'm using 1 transmitter on the groom, 1 transmitter on the officiant. I also have a backup, a black Tascam DR10L, if that works better for the scenario, but usually this is how I go. So far you have an audio source for brides, you have an audio source for grooms and officiants. Of course, each wedding's different, it looks different, your couple's different, so use the right audio source accordingly. So far we have 3 audio sources, right? Say one of those didn't work out and you're down to 2 audio sources. If you have to adjust levels in post to make it work, you can do that. The point is to always have backups, have the most audio sources as possible. Now you're also gonna wanna record from the DJ's soundboard or from the mic receiver. And that's where I use this Zoom F3. This is also a 32-bit float recorder. Starting to move everything to 32-bit, it just makes the most sense. It gives you the most flexibility in post. This recorder is great. It takes 2 AA batteries. The battery life is quite long. I'll list the specs in the description as well. It takes micro SD cards, which is the same for these Tascam mics. Oh, and I should mention, these record internally, so you don't need to plug in any SD cards into these. Now you're gonna get 2 XLR inputs here. I really love this little recorder. I just love how small it is. Like, look at that on the palm of my hand. That's tiny. Now let's talk about cables, because you're gonna need the right cable depending on the DJ setup. So most commonly, you're gonna use an XLR to XLR cable, but you need to have the right cables for other moments too. Sometimes I'll use this XLR to 1/4" cable, or in some circumstances, they only have RCA, so of course XLR to RCA. Those are the main 3 cables you're gonna wanna use. There's so many different cables you can find on Amazon. Try to link these ones that I'm using here or some other ones. They're super cheap, but make sure you have all of these in your kit. I use this Peak Design pouch to store all my audio gear. I have the black Tascam DR10L in there already. This is great to have a pouch that you can keep all of it in one place and conveniently grab it when necessary. I also like this bag because you can feed your camera strap. I use the Peak Design camera strap on my main rig through this, and I could just keep it on me all day if I really wanted to. Tons of room in here, super compact. So as the day progresses, say you're going into cocktail hour or portraits, or maybe you did your portraits before the ceremony, you're back to just using scratch audio for that. But once you hit reception, you want to make sure that you have the right audio sources for that as well. Usually, I'm just relying on this thing here. Back into the soundboard or the mic receiver. There's a few other options you can do. Everyone does it a bit different when it comes to receptions. Now I'm usually having these on my different angles as well, getting that backup audio. The Zoom F3 as the primary. I don't have it on me right now, but I would use my Instamic in this little pouch here. Rebecca made this, didn't take very long. You could just go to your local fabric store, buy this for $1 and sew it up. but you would slide it right through the handheld that each person is using and have your Instamic in there. And then this is just your backup. It has a smaller footprint than some other mic options. Like you could use this in there, like make a version for that. But this is a bit more bulky and it would definitely show up in your video. I don't really like using this option just because I don't like how it visually looks, but a lot of wedding filmmakers will use this just for that safety. Now some other backup sources you could do. I could use this Tascam DR10L. I could just drape it over one of the monitors, one of the speakers that is amplifying the audio to the guests. Just drape this over as a backup and record as well. So that's usually what I do for reception audio. I try to get a clean feed out of here. This is the primary source that I use. So guys, that is my audio kit for weddings. I want to know what you use or if this was helpful if you're just getting started in the comment section below. Like I mentioned, I linked everything in the description, so make sure you check that out. Thanks so much for watching. Follow us on Instagram if you want to see some of our wedding work. We do wedding photography and videography all over, so make sure you follow along with us there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.